just come on. I put you here. You can move up later, but I talk right here first. So you can see yourself up there, so you know how far back you need to get. Okay? That's what I thought. This would be great here. You just may want to move up after I click up. You top. Like that. I like your top. Nice. That's okay. Stop looking. Can you hear music? Me too. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chair Yoga with Olivia. I'm Olivia. This is my church home, North Presbyterian Church in Williamsville, New York. If this is your first time, I'm delighted you chose a little self-care today. I hope you find it to be beneficial to your health and general well-being. If you've been here before, of course, welcome back. This is a Silver Sneakers Flex Chair Yoga class, but of course, anybody is welcome. Today, we're going to work a little bit on shoulder impingement, which really means we get that back stronger. So we're going to work a little bit on that, and then we're going to also work some range of motion to see where you are with your shoulders today. All right? Grab a chair without arms, some water, and I'll meet you back on my chair. Thank you, Renee. All right, so come on out to the edge of your seat, if you will, please. Feet placed underneath your knees. I'm going to take my hands on my thigh muscles here and then actually just give it a little press down. It's going to draw the shoulders away from your ears, going to draw your elbows down. Take a deep breath in, just a sigh. You've arrived, right? You've now given yourself permission for a little self-care today, just 45 minutes if nothing else. And as you breathe in, create that space inside. And space for what? A little compassion, a little peace, calm, self-assurance, love, whatever you need today. Create that as you breathe in, creating that openness. Notice when you do that, the heart's going to lift a little bit, shoulders are going to rise up. And yes, there's space inside now. So breathing in, label what it is you need. And then just let your eyes drift open, nice soft gaze, a little tuck in your chin. Sometimes when I say lift the heart, we go like this. So right now, just to put a little tuck in your chin, as if I said, how tall are you? You always want to reach the crown of the head up. With that right hand, just allow that head to fall over. And I'm just going to use the weight of my hand here. And then maybe give it a little tip forward. And back. And then we'll go to the other side, tipping the head first. You may feel a fine stretch there, but if you want a little bit more, take the hand and just let the weight of the arm take a little deeper stretch, and then maybe tip forward. Oh yeah, there's that tight spot, yeah? And back. And then we're just going to take the head around only in the front here. So tip over, chin towards your chest. Come over onto the other side and back up. Let's try not to let it fall back. We never want to cram up those cervical vertebrae in the back of the neck. And again. And then lifting right back up. And then just lift the chin. Watch the head doesn't fall back. Just lift the chin as if you have to look into the top shelf. Stick the chin out and drop the chin down. Then we're going to slide it back up. So we're going to make this kind of forward circle here. And again. And one more. And come right back up. And then look over to the right shoulder, but we're going to take the gaze a little more skyward and look over the left shoulder. Yeah, that's right. That was right. And again, right shoulder and left shoulder. All right, I think we've taken care of the neck now. Let's move into the shoulders just a bit. Hands down towards the ground. Palms are going to face. Now let's turn the palms towards the chair first, okay? Because we're going to roll the palms forward and feel the shoulder blades draw together, maybe even out, and then roll them the other way. So get that stretch across the back and then stretch across the chest. But more important is strengthening the back there. All right. So we roll the other way and then we roll back. Yeah. 2 more. And roll back. All right. It's lifting the thumbs up to the side. We're going to do the same thing, but with the arms out. You may want to bend the elbows a little bit here. Same thing. Now what happens when the shoulder gets impinged is the back gets weak as we get old, so we tend to have that rounded back. Then as you try to lift your arms, that tendon gets impinged. So we want to work at getting that back strong. And then from right here, press the knuckles back, lift the heart, and then just release the arms down. Whew, just let them rest. Notice how you feel. Up comes the right leg. We'll come more back to shoulders again. We're going to give them a little bit of a rest. And then let's move to the other one. So lifting that knee up and back down. You can grab underneath or in front, whatever works for you. But what I want you to think about doing is trying to keep the back straight first. So you're going to press that low back forward as the knee comes up. And as always, navel towards the spine. All right. That's what's going to protect that back. And again, 2 more. Last one. Okay, let's go back to the left knee. Lifting it up, and now extend it out and lower it down. We're going to brush the ground, bring it right back in, out, and down. Again, brush the ground. It's nice if you don't have sticky sneakers on. And again, lifting up, out, and down. One more time. Why not? And then right here. With that left hand, cross over, taking a little bit of a twist. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Breathe deep. Get that breath in, that twisted spine. And exhale, come on back. Okay, other side. Here we go. I have to get off my tail. Nice and tall. Extend out. Lower down, brush it right back in. And again, lift that up. I had a busy night last night, a physical night down at Canal Side. And this feels good to me. So I hope it does to you too. And again, one more time. And down. Right hand crosses over, come back to the tip of the sit bones, roll that left shoulder back, look towards the left ball. Now with that spine twisted, take a deep breath. Long spine. And exhale back. Okay, both feet on the ground. I'm going to take the hands onto the back of the chair and then point the elbows to the back, press into the heel of the hands and lift the heart. Draw the shoulder blades inward as much as you can, stretching the chest, working the back. Take a breath. Exhale, release. We're going to do it again. Hands on the back of the chair, press into it, squeeze the shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. You know, I usually don't count. Today I am. I don't know why. Let's do it again. Let's go with 2 breaths instead. Squeezing back, 2 breaths into the heart center. 1 more. And back. And then go ahead and cross over, pull out on the knees, pull in on the fingers, round that upper body. But what's important is you pull that belly in, and as you breathe, lift the rib cage to the ceiling. Oh gosh, that should feel good. All right, so we're going to stand up. Deep breath in, and you have choices, of course. Hands here, or use the chair to get yourself back up. 1 more breath. Exhale, we rise up. Okay, and let's pull the heels in a little bit so they're underneath the sit bones, underneath your hips. Your hips are not this wide, that's too wide, right? And they're not together, it's a little more challenging. So keep the heels right underneath the sit bones. And let's not let the knees lock. So I've got my knees locked right now, but I'm gonna soften them just ever so slightly, okay? Let that tailbone draw downward towards the ground, lift the pelvic floor, pull the navel in towards the spine. Ooh, lift the heart just a bit. So maybe you feel a little side body stretch. Maybe even close your eyes if you're feeling steady on your feet. There'll be a little wavering, but the more you practice yoga, the more steady you will feel on your feet. All right, eyes open, soft gaze if they're closed. We'll take a deep breath in. We're going to forward fold. So soft elbows, soft knees. Tuck the chin, look back towards the thigh muscles, and then inhale, halfway rise. Let the arms slide up the legs. Here's a little back work as well. Belly in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbows point towards the back wall, and we circle sweep, bend the knees deeper, rise all the way up. Deep breath in. Reach a little bit higher, but drop the shoulders, and all the way down. Okay, a little shakeout. Grab yourself a drink of water if you have some. It's a sweaty day today. You are sweating, so drink some water. It is. If you stay and live in air conditioning, you're also drying out. So it's always a good reason to be drinking water on any day. Okay, so around to the back side of your chair. I think we're going to come around to the side of the chair first, okay? So you've got that chair handy for balance, but I don't know that you're really going to need it this time. But if you do, you've always got it there. What I want you to do is you're going to take the palms facing the back wall here and just lift one arm up and back down. And notice your range of motion, all right? Are you able to get it here, maybe even behind your head? Keep it going. I'm going to add to this in just a minute. And again, remember those knees are a little bit soft here. Now what I'm going to start to do is press that opposite hand back and release. And then back and release. Now just to make it even more complicated, I'm going to step back on that foot that's going back, and then I'm going to rise back up, and then I'm going to step back on the other foot. Drop that heel into the ground and feel a little bit of a calf stretch. Anytime we have an opportunity to stretch something, let's do it. And again, 2 more. Noticing your range of motion here. And again. As I always say, I want you to find what feels good, all right? So that does mean listen to your body, for sure. And work where you're comfortable, but notice how your body is. Let's stay right here together. Clasp your hands. I'm going to step my feet apart just a little bit. I'm going to turn from the side. Deep breath in. Exhale. I'm going to press the knuckles forward, look down towards the thigh muscles, and then inhale, come back. Hands on the rib cage. Lift the heart. Press the elbows back. There's that strength in the back again. Exhale. Scoop the belly. Round. Press the knuckles forward. Inhale, come back. Hands on the ribs, elbows back, lift the heart. Tailbone drawing to the ground here. One more time. And coming back. Deep breath in. All right, release, a little shakeout. Now, we're going to come around to the back of the chair and come into downward facing dog. A little bit different today. We're going to work into it first before we do it. And you know how I always tell you, no, we're not going to put weight on the chair. Well, guess what? Today we are. So what I want you to do is take one hand. I have my left hand, doesn't matter. You're going to push down on the chair. And as you walk back, push into the chair. Coming into that downward facing dog with one arm and pushing into the heel of the hand. Take a breath. Exhale as you walk back in, still pushing on the chair. All right? We switch hands, same thing. Press the heel of the hand. Deep breath in. Exhale, stepping back. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing until you get into your downward facing dog. Come right back up. Well, it's always a little different for people, so whatever works for you, but you're always pushing into the hand. We're going to do right and left, or left and right hand again. Pressing down, step back. Notice your range of motion. No pain here, please. Coming right back in. Still pushing down. And then again, other side, same thing. Push down, step back. We try to create some space in that shoulder by doing this. And then stepping right back in. Just notice how you feel. All right, hope it feels okay. Certainly if there's pain, you find what feels good and that's not going to work, that's okay. Now, just regular downward facing dog. So just lightly on the chair, stepping back. And now you're going to really engage the core muscles here as you take the weight on the feet. My knees are bent, my hips, my tailbone's pointing to the back wall. And I'm just going to take a nice deep breath in and find restfulness right here. One more breath. All right. Taking the gaze over the chair, we're going to flex the back there and take another little baby step into it. And again, we're going to press on the heel of the hands and get a little tricep work here, going down and back up. All these are related to the shoulder, right? The back, all the arm muscles as well. And again, sinking down, pressing in. Now this is kind of nice because this is a rounded back, and I can actually push down and in on this. And again, down and up. One more time. All right. And then lifting up. Come away from the chair, stand nice and tall in mountain pose, and we're going to take that little stretch, chest stretch once again. So palms face the back, clasp them. Here's choices. Or grab the thumb, or just slide them in your back pocket. All right, whatever works for you. Drop the knuckles down, elbows back, and maybe even let the hands leave the seat right there. If their hands are on the seat, that's okay. Still press the elbows back, draw the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. A nice stress check. Chest stretch. And release. Take a little shake out. All right, let's grab a drink of water and we'll move on to some standing postures. Okay, so normally when we take this back foot extension, we're facing the chair. So what I want you to do today is I'm going to turn this sideways. If you want to turn the chair so you can look at your device to do that, that's fine. Otherwise, come out to the left side of your chair. You're going to keep your left hand on the chair, and you're going to keep the right hand out in front. Now, once again, range of motion around that shoulder. This, even if you have this rounded back and sort of a forward, gravity takes over after years, right? This may give you trouble. If not, keep it here. You want to take it up higher, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that foot leave the earth, and then I'm going to bend both knees, and then I'm going to kick out through the heel. Maybe even draw this arm down and kick out. So you've got your left hand on the chair. I'm using my left leg to do this. And I'm feeling this in my glute and my hamstring here. Lifting. Keeping that belly pulled in It does not have to go high. Nobody pinches their low back, please. The higher you are, the more you're going to pinch the back. So just take that easy. And again, long line from my fingers to my heel. One more time. Hold this right here. Yeah, maybe that leg needs to drop a bit. And should you find balance, come to the fingertip. All right, we're going to drop that foot down behind. So sink into the right knee, toe ball heel. I'm going to turn it out. We're going to windmill the arms and come into Warrior Two. Facing the front now. All right, so you're looking at me. That left toe is the front. The right toe faces the right wall. If you need to bring that toe in just a little bit, that's okay for me. All right, reaching out. Check, be sure arms parallel as best they can be. All right, and then we turn and look over the two right fingers while you're reaching those left fingers back. Right palm to the ceiling. Let's go into reverse. Sinking ever so slightly deeper into that right knee. And now your choice. If you need the chair, you may want to bring it back. You may want to put one hand down. You may want to take that hand and slide it into your back right pocket. So a little more of a bind here creates more space. Take that deep breath in here. One more breath. All right, opening back to Warrior Two. Hands to the heart. We're going to turn both toes to the corners of your room. All right. And then deep breath in. Forward fold. You've got right hand on the chair. Come right back up. And now arc over the chair. Come right back up. Forward fold. These are sunflowers. Right back up. Arcing over. I'm going to sink into that left knee. And again, scoop down. Come up. Arc over and back. One more time. And arc over. All right, hands back to the heart. Walk the right or left foot in to meet your right foot. So you work a little bit in those hip and the ankle. And then let's go to the other side. Okay, so I'm facing the left. I've used my right hand on the chair. I'm going to take my right foot behind me and just touch the ground with my toe. Arm out in front, arm up. You to make that decision. So here we go. Deep breath in. Exhale. Coming in. I want you to bend both knees as you come in. So we're going to load up that supporting leg there just a little bit. And again, you decide how high you want to take that leg and arm. The leg pretty much is going to stay the same, and that's fine. All right? But get it straight. As you extend it out, mean it. Yeah. Again. 4 more. Send that tailbone back a little bit. There's not a deep bend, but a little bend. 2 more. And last one. All right, so here's where we're going to hold this. Whatever feels good. Pull that belly in, maybe come to the finger, maybe release. All right, to get out of this, bend that front knee, touch the toe, ball, heel, windmill around into Warrior Two. Reposition your feet. Knee over the ankle, back leg straight, arms out. Check and be sure they're parallel. And then as you look over those 2 peace fingers, let these right fingers reach back, because otherwise this shoulder wants to roll forward. All right, we're opening the back, strengthening the back. In fact, in this position, draw those shoulder blades together and let them draw down towards your tailbone. Get that back strength again. Here we go, palm to the ceiling. We're going to lift up. You need the chair, bring it back. Otherwise, the hand comes to the thigh or back left pocket. Slide it on in. Find length. Those fingertips are reaching far from that left hip. One more breath. All right, we level this out. Hands to the heart. We're going to turn both toes now to the corners of the room. Chair if you need it. Deep breath in. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, come back up. I'm going to sink into my right knee as I baby arc over. Oh, great side stretch. And again, scooping down, back up. Use the chair if you need it. And again. Two more. Oh, this feels good to me. I hope it does to you too. And one more time. All the way up and over. All hands to the heart. We're going to walk that right foot in, toe heel, coming all the way in. All right, and come back to downward facing dog, lightly on the chair, stepping back, breathing deep. Tailbone turns to the back wall. Now you want to test a little range of motion here around the shoulder. Deepen the bend in the knees. Let the head, the heart fall downward towards the ground a bit. And then go ahead and rise up. Find your downward facing dog. And then again, take a deep breath in. Bend the knees. Just gently, gently sinking the heart deeper towards the ground. One more time. And again, sink down. All right, coming up. Look over the chair, walk into the chair, step the feet wide. Let's turn that right toe to the right wall and left toe to the front, arms out. We'll take some triangle pose. We're just going to move through this first. So reaching down and then reaching back. If you need the chair, keep it handy, please. And this rotation is right here in the middle back. All right. You want to work at keeping the arms 360 degrees. 180. And again, firm up those legs. They are your basement here. Think of it that way. All right. One more time. All right. We're going to level these arms out now. And to come into triangle pose, we're going to slide forward a little bit so the hips push a little to the left, and then we windmill the arms wherever they land. You need to use a chair, that's fine. Resting wherever you are here. One more thing, let the hips press a little forward towards the chair and let the shoulders draw back a little bit. Again, everything comes from that mountain pose, so that heart is open here, the chest is wide. You are drawing those shoulder blades together and letting them point down towards your tailbone. Turn the gaze if you can. One more breath. We're going to use this hand and let it reach to the ceiling, both arms up and down. Hands on the hips, lifting the heart. Elbows push back behind the body. And now soften the knees. I'm going to hinge forward, squeezing my shoulder blades together here. All right. Watch they don't fall. If you need to use the chair, maybe that's easier to squeeze the shoulder blades together. But keep them squeezing together. Breathing deep. And then push right back up. All the way. We go the other way. Left toe, right toe to the front. Again, if you need to turn that left toe in just a little bit, that's okay. That's all right. But both legs are straight, arms out. So from the navel down, nothing moving. All right? It's all in the upper body here. I'm just going to tip forward and back. You may not get all the way to the leg, but just pay attention to your range of motion. That's the most flexible part of your spine, is just there at the bottom of the rib cage. Two more. Knees are straight, not locked, right? Okay, after this one, we're going to level this out. Head over, heart over pelvis. And then as I push my hips to the right, of course, my head has to go to the left. And we windmill the arms. Still head over, heart over pelvis here, right? Let the hips press a little more forward towards the chair. Let the shoulders draw back. And then get that upper body in mountain pose. Shoulder blades together, down your back. Maybe turn the gaze. Now, squeeze these thigh bones with your thigh muscles, but don't let that knee lock. Now, the deepest breath you've taken so far. And use that hand. Let's let it reach skyward. Both arms up. Beautiful. Coming into star pose this time. Now, shoulders up, shoulders down your back. Press the knuckles back a little bit, lifting the heart even more. Beautiful star pose. All right, hands together at your heart. Walk, step, jump your feet in. Whew, downward facing dog. Stepping back. And breathe deep. All right, taking the gaze over the chair, stepping into the chair. All right, we are going to work on dancer pose today. Today without the chair, but we're going to do it easy, so no worries, no worries. Much about dancer pose we think is about the leg here. An awful lot of it is about the shoulder and the chest and the strengthening the back. So that's really what we're going to work on in dancer pose today. So sliding that right foot back behind you, let that right hand roll out. So that it's like you're going to, if you were thumbing, you'd be going back that way, right? So roll that out as best you can. And then go ahead and lift that foot. Now, should you be able to grab it, that's fine. But you don't have to do that. I just want you to think about keeping that upper body wide open. That sole of the foot is pressing to the back wall, so I'm getting a little strength in my hamstring and my glute, and I'm going to lift the heart. Should you find balance, maybe that other arm leaves the chair. Breathing deep. Keep it on the chair if you need it, by all means. All right, coming into airplane from here. Again, you can touch the ground with the toe, arm out to the side, heart is still lifted, everything's still in mountain pose. Maybe find balance. All right, drop that hand, swing that leg up nice and tall, and then maybe extend it out. And lower it down as much as you need to. Now pull that belly in, let it support this whole process, and should you find balance, back to your heart, back to mountain pose. See how you feel, all right? We went from dancer pose to airplane to sort of standing big toe without the big toe, all right? Okay, let's go the other side, but we worked around that hip. And all the while keeping the back strong. That's really what this is about here today. Okay, so again, and you can always keep the foot on the ground. Now, once again, we're gonna thumb back here. So from our mountain pose, rotate that thumb back. That's gonna rotate that shoulder. Maybe lift the knee, press the foot. Press the sole of the foot back, belly in. Grab it if you'd like, that's fine, it's up to you. And then reach to the ceiling if you find balance. Shoulder blades are squeezing inward and downward. Right? Another breath. Okay. Airplane pose. Extend that leg out. I'm going to sink into that supporting leg here. And should you find balance, you can always touch the toe on the ground. It's amazing what just a little bit of touch will give you that little extra strength. Security. Another breath. Loading up that front leg, and now we're going to lift the knee right straight up. And if you'd like to stay here in balance, or you want to extend the arm out, keep one on the chair, it's okay. Find a focal point, belly in. Dropping your shoulders. This time we're going to step out to the left. Release down. Hands on that thigh muscle. Now scoop the belly, navel towards the spine. Drop the tailbone down and round the spine and push off the thighs. Use them there. And as you stand up tall, shoulders come up, around, and down. Walk both feet together. All right. Now, up on your tiptoes, we're going to walk back to the back of the chair. When was the last time you walked on your tiptoes? Okay. And then just drop one heel down towards the ground and the other. Okay. We'll take a little palm tree now, all right? So both heels are up, and they can be off the ground a half an inch. It doesn't have to be much at all. You're going to hold on to the side of the chair. Get that upper body in mountain pose. Yes, this is a balancing mountain pose, all right? So now, as you lower the heels, we're going to rise the arms up. Or would that be raise? Yes, raise. Deep breath in. Exhale. Up on the balls of the feet. Touch. Inhale. Heels down. Exhale. You see why it's called palm tree? I really don't, but that's okay. And down. Maybe I'm making that up. And down. All right, so this time, firmly plant thine hands, and we're going to send the hips back into chair pose. And you have to do that because if you don't, those knees are going to go forward. So hinge and press the hips back. All right. Eyes forward. Breathing. Can you balance? If you need the chair, it's okay too. Wobbly, wobbly legs, right? Me too. All right, settle back into the heels. Hands on the thighs, tuck the tailbone and roll back up. And be thankful for leg muscles, huh? Shake them out. Let's grab a drink of water. We'll go ahead and sit back down and finish in the chair. Okay. So before you sit down too darn firmly in the chair, let's turn to the right wall. I'm going to put the back of my right thigh on the chair, and then I'm going to drop my left knee down. Now, it depends on the flexibility in this leg right here. You may keep it right here. That's just fine. You want to work at getting a little deeper stretch. I'd say ratchet that foot back or step it back, whatever is good for you. Then what we're going to do is actually, I'll almost always say, I want you to keep the hip bones level. This time, what I want you to do is drop that hip bone down, and we're going to take this nice baby arc over towards the back. And I've got hold of the chair here on the back, so I'm getting a really nice stretch all down the side of the body, maybe even into the hip flexor here as you draw that tailbone underneath you. Breathing deep. All right, you're just going to have to follow my words now. That hand that's up in the air, I want you to either put it on your right thigh or the back of the chair, whatever you're able to do. Looking towards the back wall. Or maybe even just, look towards the back wall. That's possible, yeah? Maybe even look over the left shoulder. Did I say that correct? No, the right shoulder. Maybe even I'm sorry. That's the right, look over the right shoulder. Maybe placing your right hand firmly on the back of the chair, and with that left hand, draw towards you. So that's going to increase that twist even more. I hope I said that right. All right, release slowly, coming back. You don't need to be spring-loaded. Let's put that left foot on the ground. Come around, coming off to the right diagonal here. Let's drop that right shoulder down, and you're going to look over towards the left, getting a little inner thigh stretch there. I'm using my hand and pressing into the thigh to hold it right there. And then come right back up. Now, we're going to bring this right leg in, crossing it up into our figure 4 stretch. If this is not part of your practice, you've had some hip replacement, you know not to do this, right? But find your stretch here. That may mean you want to support this leg. You may want to open it up. You may want to grab the outside edge. If you have rolled back onto that fleshy part of your seat, which we all have, good news, roll up towards the tip of the sit bones. Yeah, and then you'll really feel that. Another option is certainly to forward fold over your leg, leading with the heart, not the crown of the head. It's up to you entirely, but find your stretch. This left foot needs to be right underneath the left knee too. Yeah. Couple of breaths here. Remember that the exhale is when things will relax, right? So take that long breath in and take that long exhale out. And take one more deep one. All right, let's extend that leg out in front. Keep the heel on the ground. We're going to take the hands to the back of the chair. We're going to do what we did earlier, just lifting the heart, but one thing, now we've got the foot out in front, so it's a little more like a reverse plank. And here's your choice. If you're squeezing the shoulder blades in, pressing through the heel of the hand. If you don't have shoulder or neck trouble, I would invite you to press even deeper, lighten up the weight on the seat, maybe even lift the seat from the chair. Your choice entirely. Find your range of motion, find what feels good. And release. Push that back so you don't fall off onto the ground, all right? We worked on shoulders, and that's probably the top level right there, so find what feels good there. Okay, let's switch and go the other way. So left leg on the chair. I'll see if I can get right, left figured out. We're going to drop that right knee down towards the ground, and you may stay right here if that feels best. If you've got a little more flexibility in here, Let that knee drop down towards the ground. I say ratchet, like one of those ratchet wrenches, I think. Okay, arm that's closest to me, baby arc over. And then let that right hip lower down towards the ground. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that stretch. Breathing deep. Draw the shoulders back still, lifting the heart, always, always in mountain pose. Let's release. And this is where we're going to take that right hand and either put it on the left thigh, look to the back wall, or maybe it will reach the chair and you're going to use those right fingers and pull towards you, and the left heel of the hand and push away for a little more of a twist. But when you do that, be sure that belly is pulled in to support your back as it gets nice and tall, shoulders down the back. I like to take a deep breath when I'm twisted, because it's challenging. It gives a chance for my intercostal muscles to really do the job, my diaphragm to really work. All right. Slowly come back, first to the side and then to the corner. And the feet are in 90 degrees right here. I'm going to use my left hand on the inside here. And as I drop my shoulder down towards the ground, looking over to the right wall. So I get a little stretch in the shoulder right there. As you press it forward, easy on the wrist there. Breathing deep. That's a little stretch in the front of the shoulder. All right, coming right back up. We're going to walk this foot in, up and over into our number 4 stretch. So maybe the first thing I should say is get that right foot right underneath your knee there. Because once you get the leg up there, it's kind of hard to do. Okay, this foot has to stay flexed, all right? That's what really protects that knee. We just don't want this to happen, right? So you want to really work at pulling that toe back towards the knee. Sit nice and tall, support it, ease it down, grab hold, and then roll up onto the tip of those sit bones. Pull that belly in, draw the shoulders back. Settle in for a couple of nice deep breaths. You can take a little hinge forward if you'd like, or a forward fold. There's always going to be tension in this, just no pain, right? Oh gosh, one more breath. It feels so good to me. All right, let's extend that leg out. You're getting a little bit of what I need today too. Heel on the ground, toe to the ceiling, hands on the back of the chair, elbows back, la la la, shoulders back, lifting the heart. Now keep the chin tucked here. And now, if your choice, you're feeling strong, you've got no shoulder issue, belly in, lift the hips from the chair. Your call here. Depends on your chair, your flexibility, your range of motion. All right, get yourself back to the chair. Please don't drop onto the ground. And release. Okay, let's push all the way back to the back of the chair. So, settle on into the back of the chair. Now, it depends on what kind of a chair you have. This is a little too high for me. But what I want you to do is tuck the shoulders underneath and stretch the arms back. Yeah, so if you have a chair that's lower, you may be able to get those shoulder blades underneath. Another trick to this is you've got one of those silver sneakers balls. Next time, put it right there underneath the shoulder blades and just open the chest. Yes, we do this in a yoga mat class often. Breathing deep, reaching out through the little fingers. That's going to press the shoulders down as you do this. Wonderful stretch all the way down the arms here. All right, and then coming right back up. Oh, let those arms just relax. Let's get one more wiggle on the fingers and the toes. Yeah. Ankles and wrists. All right, oh gosh, that feels good too. Okay, and releasing back down. One more on the head, drop it down, come up on the other side, Let's go the other way. And one more.